This is part 3 of our series, which will be how to program a repeater into your radio. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn it on. See which
channel mode.
So we're in channel mode, and what we want to do now is I want to change it back to frequency mode. So I'm going to turn it off, hold the menu down, turn it on.
Frequency mode.
Now it's in frequency mode. And I'm going to type in a frequency as the first thing that we want to do. And so I think I'm just going to review for just a minute. I want to store in frequency or in channel mode or memory number 2. I want to store the net frequency for our stake in Middleton East, Idaho. And so that's going to be 1 4 4 9 1 0. So that's the frequency we use on Sunday evenings at 8:30 to do our nets in the stake. What we'll do now is go ahead and store that one. So we're going to hit menu, type 28. Oops, that's deleting the frequency. We really want to go to 27. That's going to be our memory. We're going to store it in memory. We'll go down and hit the menu again to go down to our channels, and we're going to go up until we find a free one, which I've got on number 2. That's a free one. So we're going to hit memory is open on number 2. We're going to hit it. So that that frequency 144.91 is now stored in position 2, which we can go back to when we have our stake nets. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to program the repeater that we use for the nets on Tuesday night, and that is 1 4 6 3 2. So now we've got the frequency that we need to store for that that repeater. The repeaters are helpful because the repeater antennas are stationed on top of mountaintops. So when we transmit to them, then they can retransmit across large areas, and we have larger coverage using these little radios. There's 4 steps that we need to do. We need to get the frequency set, which we just did. Then we need to set the offset if it's going to be plus or minus. And then we, if you remember from your tests that you've taken, that we set an offset of 0.600. And then the last thing we're going to do is set a code that we can access the repeater. So there's 4 steps. We're on step number 1. Step number 2 then, we're going to hit memory number 25. So we're going to go to, menu number 25. And that's the shift. And if you hit menu, so you kind of get there, it's a little better, you can see it. If I hit menu again, now it's going to have the frequency direction, and it's on off right now. So if I hit it up, you'll see a plus sign. I hit it again, you'll see a minus sign, and hit it again, it's off. There's 3 spots for it, positions. So I hit it again one more time. This one is set on a plus. So we're going to have a plus for the frequency shift direction.
Confirm.
Hit menu again, is confirmed. You'll also notice right above the T is a little plus sign. So now we've shifted to a plus. Okay, so the next memory we're going to go to, now we've got the plus, we're going to set it to 0.600. And that is in frequency number, menu number 26. That's the offset. As you can see on that offset is set to 000, so we're going to hit the menu again and go down to 000, and we're going to punch in 0 0 0 6 0 0. Hit menu again, confirms that. So now we have a plus 600 offset. Going to hit menu again, because the last thing we need to do is then set the personal code. It's called the PL code, and basically it's like a password on your computer. What it's going to do is send a little code to the computer, say we're accessing that computer so we don't get mixed up with another, access that repeater so we don't get mixed up with another repeater. So I'm going to hit menu.
Menu.
I'm going to hit 13. And you can see that's the CTCS code, and it's now off. If I hit menu again, now I can start going the up arrow, and this code is 100. So we're going to keep going until we hit 100. There's 100. And so now we've got the PL code. So now that is all set up. We can hit exit this. And so now in review, we set up the frequency of 146.32. We have set the offset direction to a plus, and we have set the offset to 0.600, and we've set the PL code to 100. So now we're going to put it in memory. Do you remember how to do that? We hit menu, 27, and then we're going to go menu again, and it's going to bring us down to this line. We've already got something stored in 000, so we're going to go up to, there's 1, something stored there, something stored in 2, there's nothing stored in 3, so we're going to store it in 3.
Receiving memory.
So that one is now stored in 3. We can exit that. Now, let's go ahead and turn it off. You don't have to do this. You could actually go and just hit the repeater from where you are. But let's go ahead and turn it off and go through our menus. I'm going to hit our menu, our storage area. So we press menu.
Channel mode.
We're in channel mode, and as you can see, there's our repeater frequency is frequency number 3, and we can go back down to 2, go back down to 1, go back down to 0, and we're back again at that radio, NOAA weather radio. NOAA weather radio is always 162, but it might be 0.25 or 0.55, depending on the area that you're in. Okay, so we're going to go back up to the repeater frequency, and we are going to now transmit on that frequency. Now notice when I transmit, it goes 146.32, go up 0.600, 146.92. This is N6 WTM. So you'll notice when I got on that frequency, what I did is I gave my call sign so that they'll know that I'm doing a test on that frequency rather than just pushing the button. So if I wanted to test the frequency, I would say, this is N6 WTM testing, and then turn it off. And you notice it went back to receiving on 146.32. Okay, now that we've done that, let's go back one more time to the frequency mode. So I'm going to hit memory. Oh, I got to turn it off first, I guess. Hit, keep your finger on memory, or on the other machine, just radio, just push the button. Turn it on.
Frequency mode.
Now we're back in frequency mode. What we want to do now is go back and change all those to the default positions that we've changed. We want to change the PL code, the 600, the plus. So let's go first to menu 25, and that's set at plus. We're going to hit the arrows up here. We're going to wait and push the menu again.
Frequency direction.
So this is shifting the direction of the frequency. Now our arrow is down below. We're going to hit menu again until we hit off.
Confirm.
Okay, so
Frequency
there you
direction.
go. Now we hit the up arrow, minus, off, and then you can set it to off, and we're going to set it to off now because we've already got it programmed into our memory, but we don't want to leave it there
Confirm.
because the next one we'll keep the same direction. We do another one. So now we're also going to go into the 26, menu 26, and whoops, that was the wrong memory. We want to go into 26, the offset, and we're going to go hit menu again to bring our little arrow down to the bottom.
Offset frequency.
And then we're going to just put all zeros in there. 0,
0,
0,
0,
0,
0,
0,
0,
0, and hit menu again,
confirm,
and we turn that back to all zeros in that part of the radio. And then we're going to go to menu 20. That was menu 26. We're going to go to menu 25. Okay, that's already set to off. We're going to go to menu, so we've already done that one. We're going to go to menu
frequency
13.
direct, confirm,
Okay, we're going to go to 1-3. That's our CTCS. We're going to hit memory going down below. And we're just going to go, keep going down until we hit off. Okay, and now it's set to off. So we've now cleared everything, so when we type in another frequency, it won't get set up with all that extra information. And just to show you that things came out okay, we're going to turn it off and go back to channel mode.
channel mode,
And you'll notice that number 3 is still set with the offset plus minus, which is plus, and then it's already in number 3. So that should show you how to operate your radio.
Oh, she walks through the corn leading down to the river. Her hair shone like gold in the hot morning sun. She took all the love that a poor boy could give her and left me to die like a fox on the run.